students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is word order and substitution. Now in formal writing, proper word order is necessary. Also, the correct word order makes it easy for the reader to comprehend. Thus, it promotes the primary objectives of language communication. Hence, it is significant to know in what orders must be placed. तो आपका जब आप सेंटेंस लिखते हो, पैराग्राफ लिखते हो, तो वो आपका एक ऑर्डर में लिखा जाता है ताकि एक पैराग्राफ सेंस बना पाए और जो उसको पढ़ रहा है वो उसको कॉम्प्रीहेंड कर पाए. कॉम्प्रीहेंड करने का मतलब होता है समझना. अगर ऑर्डर ही सही नहीं होगा तो आप कितनी बार भी आप उसको पढ़ लोगे, आपको वो चीजें समझ में नहीं आएंगी. That is why order and substitution of certain words is really necessary. Now the word order, position and order of objects. The indirect object, person or thing that an action is done to or for usually comes before the direct speech. A person or thing directly affected by the action. Examples: we gave the children some sweets. They sent him the rest of the money. Pamela promised her sister a gift on Christmas. Normal sentences हैं, ज़्यादा कुछ changes है नहीं, एक ही sentence है और order में पूरे words हैं. But the order is usually reversed when the indirect object consists of more words than the direct object. अब ये तो आपका पहले एक object है, एक subject है, normal sentence बन जाता है. But problem यार reversal कहाँ पे आते हैं sentences के, जहाँ पे आपके दो या दो से ज़्यादा objects आ जाते हैं. The indirect object consists of more words than the direct object. Like he will give the book to anyone who needs it. They send the money to one of his relatives. Mary promised a treat to the children who lived next door. We want to emphasize the indirect object. Give the book to your brother, not to me. Send the books to Anthony or to anyone else you like. In the following examples, two indirect objects are given. Compare the positions in the two sentences. The shopkeeper sold his last candies. A, me. B, a big group of school boys. So the shopkeeper sold his last candies. The shopkeeper sold me his last candies and the shopkeeper sold his last candies to a big group of school boys. तो पहले वाले में आप देखोगे एक ही डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है, कोई चेंजेस देखने को मिलेंगे नहीं. सेकंड वाले में आपके दो से ज्यादा डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं और एम्फेसाइज भी आपका दो से ज्यादा डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स पे किया गया है. Now assessment zone, rewrite each of the following sentences twice, first using the indirect object and then using the direct object. So the guide showed the cathedral to us. एक डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है एंड देन द गाइड शोड द कैथेड्रल टू अ ग्रुप ऑफ टूरिस्ट. आपके जो डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हैं वो दो या दो से ज्यादा हैं, ज्यादा जगहों पे फोकस है. Now position and order of adjectives. Adjectives usually go before the word they describe. A red flag, a clever boy, a new story. If there are two or more adjectives describing a verb, we put the one with the most general or subjective meaning first and the one with the most specific and objective meaning last. अब कभी कभी कुछ verbs को एक या एक से ज़्यादा adjective, दो या दो से ज़्यादा adjectives भी describe कर रहे होते हैं. तो इसमें आपका placement कैसे होता है दोनों objects का या दोनों adjectives का. जो बहुत general subjective meaning होता है उसको पहले रख देते हैं और जो बहुत specific होता है उसको बाद में या last में place कर देते हैं. A nice bedroom, carpet. A fine old house, a beautiful yellow flower. तो यहाँ पे beautiful हो गया, fine हो गया, nice हो गया, ये सब आपके क्या हैं general adjectives हैं और बाद में specific. A fine का मतलब अच्छा और old आपका specific adjective हो गया, एक अच्छा पुराना घर. A beautiful yellow flower, beautiful normal आपका adjective है और उसके बाद आपका सेकंड जगह प्लेसमेंट हो गई स्पेसिफिक एडजेक्टिव की. अ ब्यूटीफुल येलो, फ्लावर कौन से कलर का है, ब्यूटीफुल तो है बट कलर क्या है, येलो. Now if both the adjectives are equally significant, we put the shorter one first. A quiet, intelligent boy, a long, interesting movie. अब जब दोनों ही adjectives की significance equal रहते हैं, कुछ difference नहीं होता है, तो छोटा वाला जो होता है उसको पहले रख देते हैं, बड़े वाले को बाद में. बस basic placement है. Quiet छोटा word है, पहले कर दिया, intelligent बड़ा है, बाद में कर दिया. Certain types of adjectives usually come immediately before the word they describe. Colors, a big red book, a stylish black t-shirt, etc. Nationality, a clever French girl, an old Turkish carpet, etc. Nouns used adjectively, a new paper bag, a blue cotton shirt, etc. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, जो आपके यहाँ पे भी जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल ज़्यादा एडजेक्टिव्स होते हैं. सर्टेन टाइप्स ऑफ एडजेक्टिव्स आपके ज़्यादातर वर्ड के पहले ही आते हैं. जैसे कलर हो गया, बुक से पहले आपका रेड आ जाएगा, बिग आपका स्पेसिफिक है, स्पेसिफिक नहीं है बट जो भी एडजेक्टिव वो पहले आ जाएगा, जो स्पेसिफिक वाला होगा वो आपका ठीक उस ऑब्जेक्ट से पहले आ जाएगा. Assessment zone, place the adjectives given in the brackets in the correct order before the nouns. A library, well ordered or quiet. A quiet, well ordered library और a well ordered quiet library. यहाँ पे आपका क्या होगा, दोनों ही आपके क्या है ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल सिग्निफिकेंस दिखा रहे हैं, तो छोटा वाला पहले आ जाएगा. A quiet, well ordered library. Now, if an adjective or participle used as an adjective in itself qualified by a phrase, it must be placed after the noun it describes. The students tired of, for example, the students tired of studying went out to play. His car damaged in an accident is useless. The student scoring above 90% marks will be given prizes. The mountains, tall and majestic, rose up above the valley. The players tired and muddy returned from the stadium. अब कभी कभी कुछ phrases होते हैं जो आपके ऑब्जेक्ट को एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, वो आपका बिल्कुल सेंटेंस के बीच में आ जाते हैं. से द स्टूडेंट्स टायर्ड ऑफ स्टडिंग वेंट आउट टू प्ले, यानी कि यहाँ पे उन बच्चों के बारे में बताया जा रहा है. वो बच्चे जो पढ़ के थक चुके हैं वो बाहर खेलने के लिए चले गए हैं. Now the assessment zone, place the adjectival phrase given in the brackets just after the nouns they describe. The little boy went down the street. अब left alone आ जाएगा. The little boy who was left alone went down the street. Now order of words in indirect questions. So read the following sentences. What are you doing? It is a direct question. He wants to know what are you doing? Indirect question. Remember, an indirect question is not grammatically a question at all. It does not have any inversion of verb and subject like the direct question. As there is no inversion, we do not need to use the auxiliary verbs like do, which is necessary in a direct question. When does he go to bed? I want to know when he goes to bed. तो grammatical wise अगर देखा जाए तो indirect question में because कोई inversion नहीं होती है तो उसको कोई question का दर्जा actual में दिया जाता नहीं है. Grammatical point of view से देखें तो. Now let's do an assessment zone. Here are some direct questions. Change them into direct questions using the given introductory clauses. I would like to know where are you going? He wants to know, or he would like to know where is he going. Now interchanging parts of speech. Now we have interchanging parts of speech. We can express something in many ways, but care must be taken that the meaning does not change. अब आप एक ही चीज़ को बहुत n number of तरीकों से बता सकते हो, but उसका जो basic essence है वो ना lose out हो जाए, उसका ध्यान हमें बोलते हुए हमेशा रखना होता है. Examples: Vijay is a slow bowler. Vijay bowls slowly. She shouted at the peon angrily. She shouted at the peon in anger. Vidu is feeling feverish. Vidu has a fever. The principal defined everything clearly. The principal's definition of everything was clear. Mr. Arun Gupta examined the bill carefully. Mr. Arun Gupta examined the bill with care. Meaning दोनों sentences का same है, essence intact है, तरीके बदल गए. Now in all these sentences, one part of the speech has been changed into another, an adjective into an adverb into a noun, etc. But there has almost been no change in the meaning of the sentences. Grammatical vibe आप कहीं पे adverb adjective में convert हो गया, adverb noun में convert हो गया, but meaning जो आपके दोनों sentences का यहाँ पर रहा, वो lose out नहीं हुआ है, यही हमको ध्यान रखना होता है बोलते हुए. Now assessment zone. Rewrite the sentences, changing the italicized words as directed. Take care that the meaning of the sentences does not get changed. The teacher delivered the talk loudly. अब इसको आपको adjective में convert करना है. The teacher loudly delivered the talk. Rewrite the sentences as directed. Take care that the meaning of the sentences does not get changed. He has kingly mannerisms. तो आप यहाँ पे हमको king का use करना है. तो कैसे use करेंगे? He has the manners of king. Now the same words used as different parts of speech. Book my ticket for Mumbai. Here the book word is used as a verb, and in second sentence he presented me a book on my birthday. Here the book word is used as a noun. Word same है, meaning लेकिन दोनों cases में अलग है और एक में वो verb है, एक में वो noun बन गया. Now rain is pouring in torrents. Noun. It rains heavily in August. Verb. वही rain word है पर आपका एक में noun बन गया, एक में verb बन गया. The bicycle ride was comfortable. Noun. I ride my bicycle every day. Verb. It was a neat and comfortable house. Noun. The government is trying to house the homeless. Here the house word is acting as a verb. Now his writing is illegible. Noun. He is writing illegibly. Here the word illegibly will act as a verb. Now let's do exercises. Assessment zone. Make sentences using the following words as indicated in the brackets. Bite, noun. Second word में क्या है? Bite is verb. अब पहले बेस में noun की तरह कैसे करेंगे? The dog bite was really harsh. तो यहाँ पे dog bite क्या हो जाएगा? Noun की तरह काम करेगा. दूसरे केस में he bit me really hard. अब यहाँ पे bit क्या हो जाएगा? Verb की तरह काम करेगा. है bite ही, लेकिन meaning और noun और verb दोनों केसेस में change हो गया. So students, with this we are done with this chapter. Please go through the entire chapter properly, read the entire thing properly, and rest of the exercise questions, please do it yourselves. you.